I'd like to give you a working demonstration of the HHO generator that I sell on eBay. My eBay listing is WaterN2Gas. That's water, the letter N, the number 2, gas, WaterN2Gas. I have this system installed in a 97 Dodge Grand Caravan. It's a 3.8 liter engine. I've been using this system for about a year. It's giving me a solid 15% gas mileage gain. If I change my driving habits a little bit, I can get 20 to 25%. The system that I have is a dual unit. I do sell singles, but this is specifically designed as a dual unit. I'll explain why in just a second. But it does produce, the dual unit system produces 400 milliliters of HHO gas per minute. Let's go ahead and zoom in on the unit itself. I have two units side by side. I have a negative with a jumper in between, and then the positive will connect on the other side. The reason for this is the 12 volts coming in is dropped across the two units, and it gives it 6 volts per unit. So I have 6 volts per unit, draws less than 10 amps, approximately 8 or 9 amps is what it draws. The gas is formed in the generators. It comes out. I have it wired in to a single line with a one-way check valve. The reason for this is the water tends to draw back into the units out of the bubbler once the whole system starts to cool down, and so I have a one-way check valve in here to prevent that. The gas comes into the water filter and then comes out to the top. The one line goes in the vacuum system, the other goes in the inlet. I would like to point out quickly that I do use sodium hydroxide rather than baking soda. You can use baking soda if you'd like, but this particular system works well with HHO, produces great HHO using the sodium hydroxide, and it does not produce the red oxide mud that baking soda does. This is not clean water. This water's been in here about 3 weeks, I would guess. You can see the water, because the water stays cool, it is not evaporated out. You have to top it up. Approximately every couple weeks you top it up just a little bit. But as you can see, there's just a little bit of residue on the bottom, but there's nothing compared to baking soda, which would in several days will produce a ½ inch or so of red oxide mud, which is developed on the positive wire. We'll go ahead and drop it back in here. This is a temporary setup just for demonstration purposes. This is where I have it mounted, but just for demonstration purposes I have it so I can put it in and out. I have a positive wire coming in. I use a 30 amp circuit breaker rather than a fuse. What this does is allows me to do some experimenting. If you draw too many amps, rather than blow a fuse, it's just a resettable circuit breaker. Protects the system. I'm going to go ahead and hook it up, and you should immediately see a foaming action in the jar. But no bubbles are forming over here yet because I have a relief valve right here. I'm going to go ahead and put my thumb over the relief valve at this time, and immediately you're going to see bubbles start to form at the base of this tube. So here we go. Fingers over the top. Immediately we got bubbles forming. Okay, this is a relief valve. Just in the event that this system's left on inadvertently, it just lets the HHO gas vent to the atmosphere. All right, so 2 units, 6 bolts across them. Low heat in the engine compartment. That's very important, because if you combine high unit heat with the engine compartment heat, you could have a catastrophic event, thermal runaway type of event, where the heat will cause because we're using a plastic lid, it will just cause it to be destroyed. So this is a great system, works well. If you have any questions, please give me an email. You can contact me through eBay or at brad@watern2gas.com. Hope this is helpful, and hope to talk to you soon. Thank you.